Quote, over the next few days, lawmakers will have to explain to their constituents, many of whom are our members, what they've achieved by increasing spending, increasing taxes, and offering up another round of promises waiting to be broken. That will be a really tough sell back home. So the question is, will conservatives back the deal? Here now is House Republican Study Committee member Tim Huelskamp. He's a Republican from Kansas. Thank you for coming back on, Tim. I appreciate it very much. It seems to me, you tell me, look, I'm a great fan of John Boehner, but blasting the conservative political action groups isn't the issue. The issue is the issues. What's inside this deal? You know, Paul Ryan's trying to sell it. Well, shouldn't Boehner just let Ryan sell it rather than just blasting off on these political action groups?
Well, Larry, let's be honest here. This is not a deficit reduction package. It's more spending. And that's why it's called a bipartisan bill, because both sides are going to increase spending $63 billion. It's going to blow through the sequester. 2 years ago, that was set up in exchange for a massive increase in the debt limit. As a result, I fear that we're going to continue in the future to continue to ignore the sequester. But the deficit reduction claim is that somewhere down the road, 8 years from now, 9 years from now, we're going to cut spending. So, yeah, we're going to raise spending now, but trust us, Congress is going to cut spending perhaps in Hillary Clinton's second term. And that's kind of silly. And I understand with the Speaker getting upset but the truth is this, Mr. Speaker and others, this is a spending increase in the next 2 years, which is why the Democrats have signed on to it.
All right. Paul Ryan makes the case. Ryan's a smart guy, and he's a conservative. At least I define him as a conservative. He says that you all are going to get 92% of the sequester budget caps, 92%. Yes, you will lose some. You're quite right. You're going to lose about $65 billion in the next 2 years. But you get 92%. No income tax. Okay, that's a good thing. No shutdown. That's a good thing. Now, how will you and others in the other conservatives in the Republican Study Committee, how will you react to those Paul Ryan bullets?
Well, Larry, it will mean more revenue from Americans to Washington. There are fee and tax increases included in there. You can call whatever you want. It's more revenue going to Washington's coffers for more spending. But at the end of the day, if we pass a clean CR, we'd get 100% of current law. And just a couple of months ago, as Democrats were saying, give us a clean CR. The moderates in the Republican Party were saying, give us a clean CR. That's what we've asked our leadership. Put a clean CR on the floor, which is current law. We'll pass this, and then we can continue to move forward. But at the end of the day...
Tim, that was my own personal view. All right, you guys had the whip hand because the sequester is current law. Okay, so a clean CR would have got it. But then I heard, now you tell me if this is right or wrong, I heard that the defense hawks and other moderates who might want to spend on other things could have cost the Republicans 40 to 50 votes on a House floor vote. So therefore, the clean CR you described, which again was my own personal first choice, would never have gotten through.
Well, Larry, if it's never whipped by our leadership, nothing will pass here unless the leadership steps forward. And when they say something can't pass and they're not going to try to pass it, it's pretty clear. But conservatives are in a tough, strange position. This happened again and again in my last 3 years. Conservatives oppose a bad deal. Then once the deal passes, we're the ones left holding the bag and say, hey, we're going to hold those cuts. I opposed the sequester cuts because I wanted a bigger, more robust, smarter package of cuts. But John Boehner and Paul Ryan and others says we've got to do this now. And Harry Reid said we've got to do this. We've got to do this to raise the debt ceiling. Now conservatives are the only ones saying, hey, let's at least maintain those cuts. Well, and they were very small cuts, Larry. But I would say if you say it can't pass, at least try it on the floor, which, again, there was 250 members of the House were demanding that just a few months ago.
Well, look, I agree with you. I think the budget caps, the suspension for 2014 and 2015 may signal the end of the budget cap. So I think that is a threat. I'm very sympathetic. However, some of the other stuff Ryan got, I thought was pretty interesting. On the federal pension copay, I think it's high time they shared that. In the military, they had a little lower cost of living adjustment. That's another entitlement reform. The pension guarantee program, the private corporations should really pony up for that. It's their pension plans that are being financed by the taxpayers. I thought those are pretty reasonable, sensible ideas from Ryan.
Oh, yeah, and those are things that should have been done a long time ago. And actually, if Republicans had fought harder during some of these other budget battles, I think we would have gotten those. And that was the concern when you roll back to when they passed the Budget Control Act, when they passed these sequester levels of spending. That was in August 2011. In exchange for that, they got over a $2 trillion increase in the debt ceiling, which was these sequester caps. This was what, Larry, this is what they told us was the whole victory for the last 3 years. This is what Republicans in charge, this is what we got, and they're trading that away. I'm disappointed. I can't say they would have been able to negotiate a better deal, but one thing to recall, just because this budget might pass tomorrow doesn't mean Harry Reid's going to agree to this level in spending in January.
Right.
We now have to pass the omnibus bill, and trust me, Democrats are smart enough they're going to ask for more between now and January, in my opinion.
5 seconds. Are you a yay or a nay vote on this deal?
I am a no.
All right. That's all. Honest. Congressman Tim Huelskamp, thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it.